So yes, the timer has started, and as always, the scoreboard display decides to hide on me whenever I start my recording. So it is going to be, are we going to call him Fade or
I think just Fade we should go
Fade?
with.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
we'll go with Fade versus Time here in the Xel'Naga Caverns. It will be the purple Protoss versus the blue Protoss as this game gets underway, and it promises to be a good one as we see Fade spawning as the blue Protoss player on the south side, and then Time, did he? Yeah. Okay, never mind. My colors were all mixed up. The purple Protoss on the south side. Meanwhile, on the north side, we have Time as the blue Protoss.
And again, anything goes on in PvP here on Xel'Naga. You can open pretty much a number of ways and be safe against the traditional 4-gate or 3-gate robo builds. Because of that ramp, you can also open up cannon rushing. We've seen that from a number of players in the past. And because this is a ladder map which has survived every season now, both these players will have a lot of practice. They'll know exactly where they want to place their buildings. As we see, both players differing a little bit in where they place that first pylon. Looks like Time is going to be placing his closer to the edge of his base there. He could actually maybe hide some tech down below. We see cannon rushing players put a forge down below. The opposing probe comes up the ramp, doesn't see any buildings right away, and suspects some sort of proxy play. But we'll see how it works out for Time here, whether he goes for something like that.
Yeah, so we're just all watching and waiting for that second all-important building. Normally a gateway or a forge. If it was anything else, I would be absolutely shocked, as we now see Fade moving out with this probe, and he has 200 minerals, and he's going for a forge first. So it will be a forge first, and we are going to see a cannon rush attempt coming in from Fade. Meanwhile, Time moving out with this one scouting probe. It looks like he's just scouting to see if there's any proxy gateways, but not really scouting out the other side of the map just quite yet.
Yeah, he actually scouted inside of his base and then went behind that high grass, making sure that there was nothing there. Now he's going to see the probe here, I believe. And actually that pylon is a great position to spot low ground cannon. So Time placing that pylon there sort of defensively. If Fade tried to place pylons on that low ground there, and that's a very popular place when you are cannon rushing on Xel'Naga here, Time would have been alert to that immediately. And now it looks like Time is wise to what Fade is wanting to do here, and he's pulling off those probes, making sure that Fade is not able to get behind the mineral lines. You can actually wall off with pylons there, make it very difficult. And now we see Time blocking the pylon placement here. We'll see if Fade is able to get down these pylons, and down go a few pylons here. And we'll see whether Time is able to handle this.
Yeah, this is going to be very, very interesting. We can see that Time currently does have one probe there, and this is going to be a problem. Fade does have one probe out, but I believe the Zealot will be coming out in just a moment. The Zealot should be able to get some damage there, as the probe now trying to sneak back in there. Will it be able to warp in a cannon? I don't think so. Well, there is one cannon, and now down goes that probe. So with only one cannon in play, that Zealot should be able to easily handle it, take it down, and Fade has essentially just fed 2 pylons into his opponent's base. We are getting now a Stalker out, and the Stalker should be able to shut down these 2 probes that are coming back up the ramp. You can still see nothing coming in from Fade at all. Fade is sitting on 700 or 600 minerals, and the low ground or the high ground pylon of Time does spot that other pylon attempt now coming in.
Yeah, Fade has no choice but to send over 2 probes here. One of them goes down in the mineral line immediately. The second one goes down as well in the low ground, and a quick GG from Fade there. And I love the pylon positioning by Time. He was able to spot whether Fade was going for that low ground, and then he was a little bit wise to Fade's plan. Perhaps these guys have faced on ladder, and Time pulled off a number of probes there, was able to shut down the cannon placement and kill that first probe, and the Zealot got out, was able to take down the pylon as it built. Very nice game from Time.
Yeah, very nice game from Time, responding correctly. I was kind of confused at what Fade was trying to do. For a moment, I thought maybe he was going to try to go for a Forge fast expand, like just kind of pretend that he's going for a cannon rush, but instead warp in a Nexus and then get a stronger economically that way with a lot of defensive, defensive structures with the Forge and some cannons. But it really looked like Fade really wanted to go for that cannon rush, and that cannon rush ultimately just failed. And now Time taking the quick 1-0 lead for vV Gaming.
Yeah, there's